Is it working though? Is it working? We're on. Hello. Yes. Right, listen, volume working. Just gonna make some adjustments. Right. Hello. I'm back. Yes, hello. We're going to play some F1 today because with the season being off, I really want to play some F1. I don't know whether we're going to do career mode right now. We might start off a fresh career for streaming only. I don't know. Or we might not. Let's have a look what we got going on over here. Do you want to have a quick go at multiplayer? No, that'll just be boring. So, career. New career. Okay, cool. I won't lose my stuff I've got at the moment for single player. Oh, we've got to start off in F2, haven't we?
You'll be invited to start your career by selecting a Formula 2 team. Driving for this team, you'll experience some key moments of a Formula 2 season, a thrill-packed racing championship in its own right, and the springboard to Formula 1. At the end of this feeder series, your choice of driver academy and your performance in F2 will determine the terms of the contracts offered by the teams as you embark upon your career in Formula 1 and begin to write your own chapter of motorsport history.
Right. So basically, guys, if you didn't understand what that meant, means we're going to have to pick a Formula 2 team and then do a little bit of time in the season with them and then go up to Formula 1 if we do well enough. So we need to choose a team. Now, I know Lando Norris played for these in 2018. But they're British. Yeah, we're going to go with Carlin. Yeah, we'll go with Carlin. Now, driver academy. I don't know if I'm going to choose one because the thing is your reputation gets boosted if you choose a driver academy. So I'm kind of like, if I go with Ferrari, I get Alfa Romeo, who are a good start off, a good like boosting point. Then McLaren, in real life, they've just lost Carlos Sainz, who's just gone to Ferrari, and will be teammates with Lando. Mercedes also get a little bit as well, but I'm a Red Bull fan, and I might just go with none and just see what happens. Yeah, we're not going to go with Academy. Right, these are the things we're going to be running. Level is going to be 59, because that's what I play on normally. 25% races, one-shot quali. No formation lap. Park firmware off, because I don't like that. Vehicle damage, we'll have it on full. Safety car on. Race starts, manual, press, view interview. Driver transfers on, which means other drivers can now leave and go to their different teams. Corners only, 3D, gearbox automatic. Let's do this. This will be fun. So I'll be playing one practice session and then straight to qualifying and straight to the race. But we've got to drive in Formula 2 first when these cars feel slow. No ERS deployment. Only seven gears or 6 gears. I think it's 7 gears. But the engines sound good. The steering on them feel horrible as well, but it's like really tight. I'm playing on a Logitech G920, by the way. I got this off Amazon. It cost me, I think, about 120 quid. And it's so worth it. I've been using it for about the past 3 years, 3.5 years.
Carlin's new driver really commanding the race here.
Yeah, I am.
Devon Butler still ruthlessly giving chase. These two have been really scrapping it out for the early wins in the championship. And something's wrong. Butler sees his chance. Some kind of mechanical failure. Picking up speed again. It's unclear what the issue was. Can they still finish this race?
Right, here we go. Peterson the boss. Yo, what's happening, man? So I'll quickly pause this. Just. We've got a turbo issue. Oh, nearly lost back end. Alright, he can go past on my inside, on my inside, on my inside. On my inside, go. He just hit me! You've got to be really careful. These cars back ends go like mad. This game's really loud. Senor, copy that. Right, here we go. First full lap. Trying to adjust my game sound, it's really loud. I can barely hear myself. Right. Here we go, into this long chicane. Can we, yeah, bring her in. Heavy on the brakes. You can see in the bottom right, you can see how I'm accelerating and braking and all that. Really that interested in all that, but these will decide how much reputation we get with other teams. So will we have to start off with in the Williams car and really try and start from the bottom, or will we get the likes of middle class teams such as McLaren, Renault, teams like that could be quite interested in having us on board? I'm quite interested in trying to see if I can get a seat in the McLaren and Renault. They're the two that I kind of want to have a little go at, a little peck. See if I can get my way in. Here we go. Oh, I hate that corner so much because you lose your back end every single time. I do have traction control turned on, by the way, because I don't fancy going drifting in a Formula 1 car. If I wanted to drift, I'd play a Seto course. Okay, Webber needs to start fighting. Who's that? De Vries. I don't know. I don't watch Formula 2. I only watch Formula 1. Which sadly is being postponed with the current pandemic that's going on in the world. I'm going to play in this view for pretty much the entire game. I play this view sometimes, but I will be playing in this camera much. Webber makes the move. He gets it quite well, getting team points home for the team. Let's see if we can get De Vries ourselves and bring home some more points. The Constructors' Championship. Wonder if I can outbrake him. Oh, here we go. Can we get him on the inside? No, we've doing him. He's going to take us on. He's going to cut us out of the picture. Can we outbrake him? Not really. Try and get him on his inside when we get on the foot orbit earlier. We do. He leaves us some space to the inside. We're trying to weave in and out. Can we outbrake him? We can. He's wheel to wheel right now, and he's pushing us out, and he's still managed to get on top of this turbo. It's really good. We've got DRS on him here. Let's DRS open. I hope this will buff out the whole turbo problem. We outbrake him, leave him a bit of space on the inside. Oh, he's still wheel to wheel, and I think we've just got in front of him now. And we do, and we've gone wide. Wheel to wheel action there, what that was there. But we get away with the position 5th. That puts us into 5th. Webber's going to be trying to get a move on Alex Albon, who you all know is at Red Bull at the moment. But you start off in the 2018's Formula 2 season. At this time, he was at in Formula 2, and then he went to Toro Rosso, and then went to Red Bull. Here we go, last lap. It is 6 gears, by the way. I drive automatic most of the time. If I feel like I'm bored and want a challenge, I'll go in manual. I can drive manual, I just don't choose to. Drive better in... Well, no, I don't drive better in automatic. I just don't have to concentrate on it as much. Oh, we've gone really wide there. I find Formula 2 cars in this game really understeer it. You have to really get your wheel turned. Pretty nice into the air. Webber did get the move on Albon. He's now in a position for a podium. Can we get 4th place on Albon? No, that's the thing. I don't think we will, with it being the 37th lap and this being the final lap of the race. But if we can just maybe squeeze a little move in on him in the last few corners we're coming up to now. Maybe, just maybe, we could clinch onto some extra points, but by the looks of things, we'll be holding on to 5th. Although we've really caught up with him here, to be fair, with no, with no turbo power, we're really doing quite well to manage to gain on people and get positions. Here we go. We've really caught up to Albon in the final few corners, the confusing corners I like to call it, because I never used to be able to do this bit correctly. Here we go, last corner, we've lost it a little bit on the back end. We get the power, can we go on the inside? Can he do it? Opens DRS, he's quicker than him, and he gets the position to finish in 4th. That was intense. To the end there, that was really intense.
That's it for another race and a fantastic win for Russian time. Another race and another victory for Russian time as we see the drivers make their way out to the podium for the final.
I don't need to watch the podium thing. I just need to quickly adjust the sound again on the Twitch stream because it appears cars are still out.
Davide Valsecchi, who do you think you'd go for?
Well,
So we come away with 12 points out of that. Solid race for Carlin.
There you are.
There we go.
That was an exciting race. It definitely got people talking about you, which means I was able to secure a quick interview. Okay, we're all set over here. Just a minute. Remember, anything you say to the press can go very, very public. So be relaxed, but also be conscious of what you're saying and how it might come across to other people, okay? I think we're ready.
Great.
You're a lot of bitch.
So Emma keeps telling me you're the one to watch this season. If that's true, you'll be doing plenty of these. Just remember, be yourself. And the more you can give me, the better this will go. Right, stand here.
She's going to try and spin a story
Turn a
out of
little this way
nothing.
for me. Perfect. Ready? An exciting race today. Let's get your perspective.
It was okay.
So you and Lucas are new to the team. How are you settling in? Okay, so
I try and do this quickly because these are annoying.
Position to Lucas?
I hate these interviews. I wish I could turn them
everything.
off. They're so annoying because they happen after every single because I don't know how to turn my practice sessions to short, so I have one practice session. Every time I simulate 2 of them, she goes, "Didn't spend much time practicing. Were you just saving the car for the race?" Every single time.
Hey, look, I know that wasn't easy.
This is library.
It was the right choice. It was good driving.
Yeah, that's how I describe it, mate. Just good, not great. 1 in 6. 1 in 6 makes the leap to F1. The other 5 are still watching their less talented teammates collect all their points. Shame, really. A lot of great drivers never get their chance because they do it all for the team.
Those teams got us here.
Yeah, but it's the drivers that take the risk. We should get the rewards. You ever won a race in F1? That's how winners think.
And remind me, how many F1 races have you won?
You watch this space. At the end of this championship, I'll be the one lifting the trophy, and I won't use my teammates to nick the podium.
Okay, I'm out. You believe what you want, Devon, but it's still early days.
He's either very clever or you're just a pushover. You really think if the situation
This
was
turd's
reversed,
streaming.
he'd do the same for you? You want to start looking out for yourself.
Sorry
No
about
one
that, that's my
else
dad. He called me a turd. Well, Devon seems like a bit of a knob. But, nonetheless... Ow. Oh, my foot just slid off my pedal and went underneath my computer. These are my assists, by the way. If anyone wants to know. I would do ERS mode myself, but again, I feel like I spend most of my time looking down at the HUD and not actually racing. So I don't get to see anything. The automatic ERS is fine anyway, it works most of the time. Loud noises! Eton mess, Eton mess. Right, next race we're in Austria. I think, is it Austria? Yeah, it's Austria. I can tell by that corner. Here we go. Can we get in front of him? Wait, is that me? No, I'm number 18. I don't know. Butler goes wide.
Look at them go! Devon Butler locked in wheel-to-wheel racing with his championship rival, desperate to shut them down and stop them getting past. And there's contact. Butler simply left them nowhere to go. There was just no way for them to have avoided that. And look, there's significant damage. Not sure if that was down to recklessness or sheer aggression, but I'm sure the stewards are going to have something to say very shortly.
Awesome. Alright, here we go. Austria, we're going to get a few laps in. I think about 5 laps in here. Try and beat Devon. Coming out of the pits in 11th. Gunther in front of me. You think he's German, so it's probably Gunther. I might do. Yeah. I've only just started streaming. Sorry, I'll have a conversation with my dad. That was a good move. Into. There we go. We've got the Vries in front of us. He knows how that went again last time in the Spanish Grand Prix. How can we get in front of him again? We've actually got a turbo this time, so maybe, just maybe, we'll get there quicker. We're on the super softs. This is what the old tyres used to look like back when red was super softs. I prefer red being softs, yellow being white being but the hyper softs and that are still the same. I haven't actually done a single race this all my days. I haven't done a single race in the Hypersofts yet this one. And new one coming out soon. I know it's a bit pointless in starting a career mode now, but like if the new one coming out, I'm saving my money to try and get it, so as soon as it comes out I'll be all over it, trying to play that as much as I can. I can normally do this corner quite fast. Oh, although that rumble strip did not like me. I don't even have to brake for that. Do a little dabble on the brakes at the start, then you can just roll on the throttle when you need to around it. He definitely sliding, gain a lot of speed on the car in front. Here we go. Heavy on the. Oh no! Don't even need it. Don't even need it. Don't even need the DRS. Too close to overtake Merhe and another car, and then Devon will be in front of us. So let's hope. Something off, although the Vries is making a move now. He had DRS open the entire way. He's going to have had full throttle. We try and cut him off a little bit, and he goes wide a little bit there. And we keep our position. The best lap was from us. It was a 118.6. Which is quite a good lap. One car's a bit faster. Oh my god, it's doing the constant commentary. Fuel oh, you can't even do fuel management in Formula 2, can you? Oh, I'll be going rich mix all the way along there. Yeah, I do the fuel management on my own. I don't just whack it on standard and leave it. I do manage my fuel quite well. Teams I love driving for when it comes to fuel management are Toro Rosso and Red Bull. The fuel management there is beautiful. Nice position. George Russell in front of us. We all know how his career's going, sitting in the Williams car, you know, barely overtaken all season, but then again, he does qualify in 20th week in, week out. But, I think he's a good driver, George Russell. I think stick him in the right car, he could be a decent little boy. Little driver, I meant. What's that little boy? He could be a decent driver. You know, like, could be going for like mid-table in the season, pushing higher up. He's had. It's just I think he was a bit desperate to get into Formula 1. He had a really good season because I watched the highlights of Formula 2, and then I watched the Formula 1 races live as they're happening, and I saw what Russell was doing. He had a really good Formula 2 season. And then I think if he'd held off maybe another season, he could have possibly... Here we go, hang on. On the outside. I think... I might be completely wrong here, but I think if Russell had stayed in Formula 2 for another season, he would have carried on racking up wins really well, and I think a better team would have came in for him. I think as soon as Williams asked him, he was all over it. He was like, yes, Formula 1, right, let's dive straight into it. Whereas I think if he had been a bit patient with it, he would have had some better offers. Maybe Haas could have got rid of Grosjean. I don't like Haas as a team. I think what they've done is wrong. I like Kevin Magnussen. I think he's a good driver, and I like the whole feud with him and Nico Hulkenberg, who's no longer at Renault. But I like that kind of aspect of it. But I think they've held on to Romain Grosjean for way too long. I watched the F1 Drive to Survive documentary on Netflix. I'd recommend it if you haven't watched it, if you're a Formula 1 fan. Season 1 is the 2018 Formula 1 season, and Season 2 is 2019 Formula 1 season. And it's really good. They go really in depth. The teams they really go in depth are Mercedes. They don't really go that in depth with Ferrari. Williams, Haas, Renault, and Red Bull. They go really, really like deep into the team with them. You get to see like their pre-race preparations, how they made the car. It's really good. And I found in that the main guy for Haas, he was just continuously moaning about Grosjean's retirements in races, like DNFs, I mean, and how he's like doesn't finish in the points always. He's really inconsistent with his driving, and he kept moaning about it. And then it's like, if you're gonna moan about a driver because you don't like the way he's driving, there's a simple solution: get rid of that driver. You know, it's not difficult. Teams are doing it at the moment. You know, it's like, it doesn't make sense. I know sometimes it's the driver's opinion if he wants to leave the team or not. They can quite easily, when his contract's up, go, right, we're not going to renew it, unlucky. Oh, sorry about that. They can just as easily go, that's a good race by the way, go, right, your contract's up, we're not liking the way you're driving, bye-bye, go and find another team, and if you can't enjoy like Formula E or something, I know some drivers have gone over there. Stoffel Van Dorn's gone over to Formula E. He went over a few years ago. So it's like, I just don't rate them because of how long they keep trying to give him a second chance, or 45th chance by now, and it's just not happening. So I just think they'd be better off getting rid of Grosjean than getting someone that is actually good in. There's a load of Formula 2 drivers that are doing incredibly, you know. They could have snapped up Nicholas Latifi before he's just joined Williams. Alright, yeah, that might not be the best team to join, but, you know, he's a good driver.
Well, that was a great recovery today. Did you think it was all over when you had the collision with Devon? So did you ever think you'd get the place back from Devon?
It was a huge gap, but what, you guys...
I've seen that you and Lucas have been picking up a lot of points recently. What do you think of... Great. Well, that's everything.
My favourite, I don't know if I mentioned this a minute ago, my favourite team's Red Bull. I love Max Verstappen. I think he's such a good driver and he'll be a world champion one day, guaranteed. I'm not a fan of Lewis Hamilton. I find these two like inspirationalist. I know like it's good for a sportsman to be like an inspiration to kids, and I get that. But it's the whole every single time. Like the one that really annoyed me is when he was in his car and he went, "And yet we rise, guys, and yet we rise." It was like, oh, shut up.
There's no other way to put this, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry for ever giving you the common respect that all
He's a
racers
good driver.
deserve, because you don't deserve it. Neither of you do.
I rate him for that,
That
and
was
I
the
rate what he does
dirtiest
for
driving
Great
I've
like
ever seen.
representing
Ridiculous. Exactly.
F1.
I'm taking my line and I get smashed into. I'm fine, by the way. Thanks for asking me. And then I'm penalised for the privilege.
You're unbelievable. You deserved every second of that penalty, maybe more. I mean, aside from trashing the car, did you ever stop to think that maybe someone could get hurt?
Yeah.
Me? Fine. But winning at any cost is your strategy, not ours. You better watch yourself.
Whatever.
Or I'll Captain Kirk karate chop you in the neck. Yeah.
Don't let him get in your head. He knows you're a better driver. So, on the track, stay away from him. He will try to force you into contact. That's how he wins, yeah? Let's get ready
Yeah,
for the press
dude.
briefing.
I get it, dude. That's fine. Yeah, dude. I miss Formula 1. I'll tell you one person who's really grown on me. I didn't used to like Lando Norris. But during the lockdown, I've watched a lot of his highlights, team radio. And I didn't realise how much he actually loves McLaren and being there. Like, he respects them all the way. I watch his, when he was in the Virtual Grand Prix. That's also really good. I recommend watching that whilst it's going on. Right, here we go. Let me set the car up. Oh, I can't. Alright. Manual starts, which means clutch down. Few revs. And it's lights out and away we go. Oh, that was the worst start I could have possibly done. I still can't do fuel management. Right, here we go on the inside, take a few souls there. I didn't even get to qualify. I thought it just shoved me in a certain position. Oh, it was a lovely move on Albon. There we go. Can we get past? I'm just trying not to take any damage right now. I think the Formula 2 driver development's been used a lot more in the recent seasons. I think instead of just keeping drivers the same but just moving their teams around, they've actually, like, teams have looked into Formula 2 and gone, right, we could do with getting a driver like him. I think that's where Red Bull would have been better off. Because when Pierre Gasly was at Red Bull, I think it was the worst time for Red Bull because he was just crashing, he was not finishing in very good points, and if he was, it was like low down points. And I just didn't like him at the team. So when I saw he was going back to Toro Rosso and we were getting Alex Albon in, I was like, okay. I didn't know if Albon was going to be the right choice for us. I was like, okay, not much experience in Formula 1. He's played at half a season. Not really, like, I wasn't really sure. And then he came in and just started doing really well. I was like, okay, this lad's actually quite good. He's getting decent points. He's finishing well. He's overtaking like it's easy. And it's just his professionalism is great. And I found with Pierre Gasly we weren't getting that. We were getting a driver who thought all of a sudden he jumped into the Red Bull seat and it was like, I'm the best. I've jumped in the Red Bull seat, so I must be the best in the world. I'm sorry, I've got cloud on my glasses. I need to clear my glasses off. He jumped into that Red Bull seat. He was like, I must be the greatest thing because I'm playing for one of the best teams. So I must be like the best, and it doesn't matter where I finish because they can't get rid of me because I'm the best. Where it was the complete opposite way. They saw he wasn't getting points. They gave him a second chance. Still wasn't getting points. So right, you can go to our second team, which is Toro Rosso, because Red Bull still own two teams. They own Red Bull, Aston Martin Red Bull, and they own Toro Rosso. So when one driver doesn't deliver in the main Red Bull seat, they just go, right, you can go down to our second team, Toro Rosso, and see how you do down there. And I love the fact then Pierre Gasly then goes out and gets a podium as soon as he goes back down to Toro Rosso. I thought that's just pretty good enough for the Red Bull seat. He doesn't handle well under pressure, I found, because I thought, right, well, clearly he's not good in the Red Bull seat, so they've moved him down. But that shows that he doesn't handle well with pressure, because he's got the pressure of driving in the, what some people would say, well not, what I'd say is the best team on the grid. And he couldn't handle the pressure, so he didn't do very well. They've moved him back down. As soon as the pressure's been lifted, it's like, right, they're not as good of a team. They're still a good team, but they're not as good, which means the points expectancy isn't as much. He did well, because he knew he didn't have Christian Horner shouting down the microphone, get us some points. So he did better, so I just find that was what Pierre Gasly needed. I mean, I still think he is a good driver, and one day I feel like he might be able to actually live up to the task of driving in a Red Bull seat, but not at the moment. There's so many better drivers. Max Verstappen's still in the prime. He's not even hit the peak of his prime yet. He's not even close to, and he's still getting better and better with every season. Alex Albon's, Alex Albon's so young, he will only get better with time. Daniel Ricciardo's just moved to McLaren, by the way. Fair play to him. He's got some balls leaving Renault, because they were not happy about that. He's been at them, what, 2 seasons? He's like, really? He went to Renault because he felt like he needed a fresh start. He felt like he'd done everything he could at Red Bull. He needed a new team to go to. And then he, that was a good lap. And then after joining Renault, he's like, I think I'm going to settle down here. It's a good team. I'm going to join. Oh, McLaren! Like, as soon as Vettel is, I don't like Vettel as a driver personally. I don't know why. I don't like. There's no reason for it. I just genuinely don't like him. I don't know. I'm not a massive fan of Ferrari anyway. I just don't like him as a driver. There's no reason behind it. I just don't be mean to me in the comments or anything, but Carlos Sainz, I love Carlos Sainz. I think he's a great driver, and him and Lando Norris had such a good relationship at McLaren. I know McLaren are going to miss that out on that massively with Ricciardo, but I think McLaren is a good team for Ricciardo, but now he needs to do what he did with Red Bull, which is find the car. And he was at Red Bull at a time where they were good, but they weren't the best, they weren't as good as they are now. So he needs to do that with McLaren and just give it time until because they have got the ability and they've got the team and they've got the car to become a top-notch team. So he needs to be patient with them. Unlike he was with Renault, which he was there for 2 seasons. He didn't overly impress many people. Obviously impressed McLaren enough for him to want to join them, and them to allow him on. But that's where I think, like, he just needs to now settle and just stick there. I mean, what else he says he wants a world championship. Will he get that at McLaren? I don't know. Only time will tell. But Formula 1's a difficult game. Not like a video game, I mean just in general. We're first now anyway, I think we'll just drive away with it now. I only started really watching Formula 1 properly. I got the Formula 1 2018 game on Game Pass on Xbox, and I was quite enjoying it because I had the steering wheel at the time as well, but I wasn't a Formula 1 fan, so I didn't really know how to drive. I didn't really know how to hold my steering wheel. I was holding it like I was playing Euro Truck, like I was just in a normal car. So I started holding it how they do in a Formula 1 car, and like changing the force feedback to make it feel realistic. And I found myself, I was actually like waking up in the morning going, right, I'm actually really excited to play Formula 1 today. And I went once, I woke up at like 9, turned my steering wheel and Xbox on, and I sat there till about 11 o'clock at night, just playing Formula 1 all day, with like just toilet and food breaks. And I was enjoying it so much. I was like, this is actually a really fun sport. I thought, you know what, like for like the next race, because it was like halfway through the season when I started watching it. I know what my first race was. It was my first race I properly watched is like the start of my I'm going to watch all the Formula 1 races because I want to really get into this sport, was Monza when Vettel came on in last Rolls-Royce. He came back onto the circuit like an idiot. That was a horrible last impression. That was the first race I watched where I was like watching what they were doing. I was really enjoying it, and that's where I started watching Formula 1 properly. I realised how fun it was, and now I'm all over it. I love it. Sometimes I love it more than football. And again, I'm a West Ham fan. It's hard. There we go. Oh no, 6 laps. That's random. I should have just done 5. Yes, Marina. We've actually done quite well this race. We've pulled away from them all massively. We've thrown in some quick laps. It might be a bit of a shorter stream today because of the football's back on. It's Borussia Dortmund versus Schalke, my favourite team that isn't that. Everyone's allowed their foreign team, isn't that? So you got your main nations team. I'm English, so I support West Ham. And then you've got your foreign team, and my foreign team's Borussia Dortmund, and they're playing Schalke today, so I hope they win. Ooh, Jadon Sancho as well. Love that quality player. What's the tyre wear looking like? Backwards, alright. We're alright till the end of the race. Is he? I've just been informed from my sources that Sancho's on the bench. My sources being my dad. Royce is injured. Chan's injured. Witzel's injured. Cheers, Jeff. Going back live to you in the studio. My dad's just feeding me through information. Here we go. Last lap coming up. We're going to make the most because this will be the last lap in a Formula 2 car. I love the way the gears sound when you gear up and gear down. Like, listen to the gear, you hear like the... It's really nice. You can hear the car moving around. It's nice. It's going to be a massive step up going from 6 gears to 8 because you're going to be able to actually hit 200 mph. And I can't wait to do Monaco on stream. That'd be quite fun. I might do Monaco on stream like, I don't know, maybe Monday. Whenever I've got mates. My dad plays FIFA. He has mates. But sometimes. Oh, nearly lost it. Last lap of the race. We've hit the fastest lap in sector 1. The fastest lap of the race has been on 158.69. 69. That's the wrong wrapper. I don't watch all that rubbish. Personally, I'm a big fan of The Weekend. Is there? He ain't getting in front of me, so no need to panic, is there? I just slowed down and ran it off the road. That'd be quite funny. But we're here to do this like professionals. And we've lost it. Reverse. Oh no. Come on. We can still get in front. of them. Oh no. Maybe he is in front of me. I jinxed it. No. I jinxed that so bad. Oh my days. That timing was impeccable. Like, literally, you could not fault the timing now. My steering's gone now, my traction. You could not have timed that at a better time to spin out. Literally, as I said, that's alright. He's not in front of me though, so there's no need to worry. About 10 seconds later, we spin out. Oh well, 3rd place in a Formula 2 car. I don't drive these anyway, so it's fine. Cheers, Jeff. His name is actually Jeff, by the way.
It's
So
been my privilege over the years to witness a number of great
Seven
sporting
Butlers
events,
world champion.
and here's another to add to that prestigious list. It's the ultimate dream for any racing driver. We have a new Formula 2 world champion.
Should be
And
George Russell,
Russia-
shouldn't it? Right. I'm pretty sure he was the Formula 2 world champion. Can't quite remember. Punches the air.
That result also seals the Formula 2 World Championship title.
And that's the Formula 2 season done.
Good day today. Let's have your
Ah. See what I mean? After every single
So that was a
race.
thrilling end to the season. How was the race for you? Well, you went into this final race with the championship in your grasp. How? Well, we've been hearing rumours of a possible future for you in Formula One. Care to comment?
I do care to comment.
Appreciate
Thank
your
you.
time.
Bye, Claire. Oh god, I'm tired. Bam 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 bam. Bam 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 bam.
Much as it hurts, we admit that was a great drive today.
That guy at the back, his mouth's open. He's
On the
like,
championship as well.
Well,
Look at
I'm
him.
sure you thought you had me for a while, but I guess your luck just didn't hold out.
no, Dings
Oh,
just spat out.
I haven't got long. Could I have a quick word?
Sure.
Privately.
Oh, okay. I'll see you later then.
Bye, Lucas.
So, I'm sure you've probably already heard, but if you haven't, I'm going to be racing in the F1 Championship next year. Now, I don't know what your plans are, but let me give you some friendly advice. Don't try following me. But sure, you might get an offer from one of the smaller teams, probably someone desperate, and then you'll be stuck in P18 all season with car trouble. And you won't ever really be able to challenge me. But you stick it out here for another year, now that I'm gone, you've got a fighting chance of winning next year. And if you can manage that, I'm sure one of the larger teams would love to have you as a development driver. Oh,
I'm out.
look out for yourself, yeah?
How much do you want to bet we beat him in the first race?
Man, he does not want to race you. Stay in F2? Ridiculous. I was listening to the whole thing. Too bad for Devon, though. I'd be shocked if you don't have an F1 contract offer already. And if my deal pans out, man, his head is going to explode.
Yeah, dude, his head's going to explode. That's very funny. Come on, Klaus, let's go. Yeah, dude, it's very funny. I'm very fond of the Swiss fondue. It's going to be great. I love that accent. Yeah, dude, you might get the Formula 1 contract. 2019 line-up predictions.
Come on in.
Hello.
Take a seat. It's time we
That's
had the
nice
big
of you.
conversation about your next move. Your performance at the F2 Championships last year got you a lot of attention from the Formula 1 teams. Some of it
Did
more
it?
positive than others. I'm not so concerned with who does or doesn't like you. You'll have plenty of time to win the doubters over. But I am concerned with our choices. They're narrowing as we haven't shown commitment to anyone. Now, as your agent, my advice is to make your decision now. We can worry about comfort and finer points further down the line. I need you to review these. You've earned every single one of these proposals. So take your time, have a read through, and don't get too hung up on specifics. Let's get you a Formula 1 seat.
One thing that I'll pick out about this game is I love the fact that she goes, we've got limited chance of getting a Formula 1 seat because we've not shown commitment. And yet it gives me the option of every single team in Formula 1 to drive for. So it's I'm not going to go for like any of these because there's just no point. I might as well just play my normal career mode. But I'm going to go either McLaren or Renault. McLaren or Renault. Right. This is a difficult choice. Renault are a French team. Base. That's yeah. I don't really like Cyril. Zach Brown. They're based in Woking. They're an English team. The engine supplier is Renault. Racing Point's not a bad shout, to be fair. They've got decent engine, isn't they? Or Alfa Romeo. Oh, I'm so stuck for choices. I might go McLaren. We'll drive. Can we drive alongside Lando or Daniel? Actually, it'd be a bit pointless driving alongside Ricciardo because he's not there anymore. So I might as well choose the Hulkenberg, who is also not there. Oh, well, Renault really not. Yeah, we'll go with McLaren. Oh, I can't change any of that. Okay. McLaren, yeah, go on then. Teammate, I would choose Carlos, but he's at Ferrari, so we're going to go Lando.
Excellent choice. From my conversations with them, they're going to be very excited to pursue this opportunity with you.
We're
I'll let
McLaren
them know our
driver
intentions
people
immediately.
for the next
I'll
season.
have to clean up some final details with them, but that's what you pay me for. Other than that, congratulations. You've earned it.
Smooth operator. Smooth operation. As Carlos Sainz would say. And here we are. At the Australian Grand Prix. G'day, g'day. That was the rubbish Australian accent. Yes, we're here. A Brit in Australia. Whoop, whoop. And we're going to win this Grand Prix. Okay, I'm not joking. I think we'll finish in the points. If I don't finish in the points, I'll be quite disappointed in myself, I'm not going to lie. I don't expect to, actually, I'm going to stick the difficulty up by 1. 60, since I'm hard. I don't expect us to win this Grand Prix. And at the same time, I don't want to win it, because it just seems like it would be a bit OP. Imagine, like, you've just joined in a mediocre team in Formula 1 for the first ever time, and you go and smash everyone and win. It doesn't seem right. Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Sorry, I'm just on my way out, but your workstation's at the back over there. It should be all set up on the network, but let the guys know if it isn't. From there, you can access all the data you need to help us direct development of the car.
Can I access my Fortnite Battle Royale database?
I'll catch up with you later, okay?
Dude, does anyone want to play
Welcome to your new
Fortnite?
team. McLaren are one of the most successful teams in the sport,
Yeah.
and they've
Oh,
reinvented
well,
themselves
that's
over the past
interesting.
few years.
Weather,
They
right,
demand
clear.
excellence from all
R&D,
areas of their
right.
organisation, and they'll
Bang.
expect you to integrate yourself and get up to speed for
Bang.
the first race.
Bang. Damn it. Oh, I've really not done well yet. Already I've rested. Right,
Winning
rivals.
rivalries is a great way to earn respect
I can't
from
have
your
a
team
rivalry
around the
yet.
paddock, which will help make it easier to negotiate favourable contracts.
Is that Lando over
Your
there?
first rival is
Hi,
always
Lando.
your teammate, but you can choose who to declare as your second. The harder the rival from
Right, let's go into practice. Smooth operator. I can still feel the warmth of when Carlos last sat in the seat. Yeah. Smooth operation. Na 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 na. Na, na, na. Oh. So I think I kind of had to go McLaren because I'm driving on a Logitech wheel, and above the wheel, if you can see that, it does say Logitech. So it was kind of meant to be. Right, let's let some people throw some lap times in. Right. Daniel Ricciardo. Right, Pierre's got one. Right, we're gonna go out now. Let's. Hard tyres in Melbourne, Australia. Here we go. For the first time we drive a Formula 1 car. Boom. Right, we're out for practice. I only do a few laps of practice, don't worry. We won't be here for like the full half an hour this practice session goes on for. Right. We can start lean. That needs to go on too because we're trying to save our fuel. Here we go. I'm not going to open DRS because we're just trying to warm up the tyres. 6th time. First time in 7th gear. Oh, it feels nice. And the steering feels nice as well, but I'm not in that horrible Formula 2 car. And this car's not understeering. Okay, it's going to take a minute to get used to. Because I've played my other career mode, I've been in my Formula 1 car. But then because I've just driven in a Formula 2 car, the steering feels a lot different and it feels a lot faster. Need to throw some warmth into the tyres. Need to be getting them to about 92 degrees on each side. Roughly. And those brakes up and all. Fresh engine for the fresh season. George Russell's holding the fastest lap. Devon's just put in the fight. Devon's joined Haas. Oh yes, we're definitely going to be beating them this season. That's weird. I had a rant about Haas and how much I don't like them. And my rival goes and joins them. Right, here we go. About to do a hot lap. Right, rich mix. DRS open. Here we go, I'm going to go quiet to try and concentrate. If I do go silent. Oh, that racing point better let me pass if I catch up. Oh my god, traction. Rich mix, yeah. Cool. 9 laps left of fuel. Might not do too well. I'm on the hard tyres. I think softs might be the way to go. This feels like it could be a fastest lap. This feels really quick. Fastest lap was a 1:30. I'm not gonna... Yep, done it. Box, box, box. Nice cool down lap and then we'll box. This one. That's what I do. I literally, as soon as I get my fastest lap, I'll box, and then if someone beats my lap, I'll come back out. Quite a lot of time I set quite a fast lap, so it's kind of the AI to come in and steal that off of me. Move operator. Move operation. Oi! What was that? That was a well weird noise. Hey, bingo. go. Box, box, box. So we make sure they're all out. That was the fastest lap of the race. Wait a million years for these not to put me in the garage. That's my steering wheel, might be hard to hear. That was a good lap. But just to make it even harder, we're going to skip straight to quali.
It's time to remind ourselves of our top three.
Oh, we finished second.
Vettel,
The flying Finn. That's me, the flyer. Because I'm Finn.
Good day today. Let's have your take on it.
I'm flying.
It's been a lot of hard work, but here you are making your debut.
You're right that it's been hard,
So
but
how
the
are you
work does
finding
not stop
things
here.
with the team? Are you settling?
I'd go with the left
What are you
choice pretty
expecting
much
out
every
of this
time.
season? Are you?
There, see, McLaren reputation increased.
Well, that's
Easy work.
everything.
Telling you, I'm the boss, man. Skag man, mini map. Look at my mini map. Actually, we are gonna go manual gear. Oh wait, I don't know. It hurts my hands because I have to hold on even tighter to try and get in. No, we're not. Right, one shot qualifying. You get one lap. You get one go. No. In fact, I should have put it on short qualifying. That means I normally qualify mid-table. I'm well hot in my room right now. It's boiling in here. I'm yawning, too tired. Oh, that didn't... Well, why? Hang on. I finished second. Why am I losing reputation? Finish 6th or better in 2 race weekends. So I've got this race and Bahrain to finish 6th or higher. That's useful. God, such GTA loading screens this. Right, here we go. One lap, one time. Oh, that was a rubbish start. Because I had to calibrate my throttle. So we're going to currently be last, hopefully. See if we can find some faster time. Right, 11. Going up by the second. Right, here we go. And this corner. And I've fluffed it. I'll find some. Seventh, right, I'm gonna get a drink, guys, back a sec.
With qualifying finished, it's time to remind ourselves of our top three. Hamilton, Leclerc and Sebastian Vettel. With qualifying complete, all that remains is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then.
I'm back. That was quick. I didn't need to get a drink actually. I wasn't that thirsty as I thought I was.
Amazing performance out there. I'm sure you're pretty
And I've
happy
already
with
got a
that.
drink next to me anyway.
It's been a great qualifying session for you. Are you going to carry that
Great, all
momentum
that.
into... You didn't spend much time practicing. Are you saving your car for the main event?
That happens,
Great.
that same
Well, that's
question, every single time, and it's so annoying. Right, race day at Melbourne, Australia. This will be fun.
Well done. Very solid result. You're looking good for the race.
Well done. Hello there. Right, can I can't even put crankshaft in. I'm gonna be a bit slow then. Oh, why didn't I should know. Always start power, durability, chassis. No, power, durability, aero, and then chassis. I am stupid. Charles Leclerc, I am stupid. Right, let's see what we're rocking. Here we go. We're in. Pit on lap 7. No, we're not. Oh, we're gonna go. Alright, oh, this might be difficult. I don't need that much fuel. Right, we're gonna do a late stop. We'll let Lando pit first. And we'll pit at lap 8. Here we go. Change the fuel as well to just one little bit. Lights out and away we go. The Melbourne Grand Prix. We've not had a good start. Kimi, oh, we're free wide, but there's contact. Oh, not really good. Right, here we go. We have a collision with teammate, former teammate, Webber. And we get past Alex Albon on the pace. We just got to outbrake some here. We outbrake Kimi up the outside, and we're up here with Max Verstappen. We gain 1 place from what we had in qualifying, which was 7th. We are now in 6th. I need to do up my jumper is flapping around, so I just need to quickly change that quickly. There we go. I bottled it there. Oh, lost the back end a little bit. Max is going to go for a position on Bottas, but he can't quite do it. I'm going to sit back a little bit and let these not fight it out. Hamilton dominating the race, moving up way off into the distance to first. Oh, and we try and keep out of Max as well. I thought I was going to hit him there. I don't quite. And behind us we have Kimi Räikkönen, who's going to be keeping trying to get him a pace and try and get us in these long straights because he knows he's going to have a straight line speed on us. But we've got corner speed. I'm quite fast through the corners. Here we go. Max Verstappen looks like we're trying to gain onto him a little bit, move on to the rich mix of fuel. And we try and outbrake him on the inside. No, we can't, but we've managed to gain a little bit of time on him, move back down to the standard on the straight, on the corners. And then we go, try and get quite fast through this corner. We're right on him, we're right up his arse right now. Can we get the position along this straight? No DRS because it's not been enabled by the officials yet. Rich mix, here we go. We get a good launch on him. Can we get him on the outside though? His car's just faster. We're trying to get some slipstream. We've got to outbrake him on this corner here. Leave him some space on the outside. And we get the position. Lovely. Move back down to standard mix. We've got Valtteri to get past now. The 4th position. Max moved down into 6th. But now we've got the difficulty of having to try and have him battling against us on every single corner, every single straight, because he has got the faster car. Or has he? We are quicker on. We seem to be quite quick along the corners through the. We seem to be coming through these corners quite quickly. So perhaps we can pull away from him. We've started making a little bit of a gap. Let's ask the engineer, who are we racing today? Hamilton. Hamilton, you want me... It's my first professional race and you want me to beat the world champion? Flipping, I mean, I'll try. We've got Max coming up on our behind. We try and gain some time. Oh, there's a slight corner cut. Not all four wheels were off though, so it does not... he's not eligible for a time penalty. Here we go. We are actually gaining on the Mercedes of Valtteri Bottas, who is the actual flying Finn, because he is Finnish. But I am Finn. I am Finn Lee. So we're going to do this. Here we go. It's Finn on flying Finn. Whack it over to Rich Mix. Can we get any time on him? Doesn't look like we can. Hamilton's at the fastest lap of this race. Although we set the fastest sector 3. DRS. DRS is now available. We have got ERS. Down to 5%. We're really going to struggle with DRS this race, I think, because there's the amount of straights there is, you know, and a lot of hot lap you use, and definitely going to be using overtake mode a lot, although I'm not in control of that, so I've just got to hope the game recognises when we want it. Although we're using it right now, we're really gaining on it. Moving over to the rich mix with fast fuel engine mode. Can we get past him now? Oh, here we go. We're going to try and get... Oh, bad racing line, bad racing line. Move that down to the standard. Just for this corner, I'm going to whack it down to lean, just so I get some extra pace on him when I open up Rich. Sebastian Vettel sitting in his former Ferrari seat, I can say now. Valtteri's pulling away, but we're not going to let that happen. We're going to catch right up here. We've got DRS on him as well. We have got DRS open at Rich Mix and move on the DRS. He's got DRS to Sebastian Vettel. The Mercedes is trying to just create a bit more of a gap on us. There was a wheel lock up by either Vettel or Bottas then, I can't quite tell who. But there was a slight lock up on their front right. I think it was the front right from what I saw. It looked front right. I'll probably watch this back and it won't. There we go. DRS open. No, it's a rubbish corner. And I'm going to leave space for Max Verstappen to maybe catch up to us and leave space for Bottas to create a bigger gap. And the Ferrari is going to go too wide through that corner. Who's going to come out as a slight bit of contact between the two, and Vettel's going to have to sit behind. DRS open through this corner. There's so many. Bottas is going to go for a move on him, and he can't quite. I thought there was going to be a bit of contact with the two there, but we're right on top of Bottas now because he tried to go for that move on Vettel, and he had to slow right down just to be able to make sure he doesn't clip him. And here we go. We're quicker than Bottas right now. Is he going to leave us space? He is not. No, we're going to have to try and find a way through on the straights maybe. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do this, but we're going to have to try and figure out a way. Charles Leclerc dominating that second position, making a slight gap between Sebastian and Vettel. After they went too wide through the corner, he's going to want as much space as he can. A bit like what they did, I think, I can't remember what race it was, when they hit each other and both DNF'd. They're not going to want that again, although here we go. Can we just get this position? I'm desperate for this fourth position. Oh, there's a massive lock-up by Bottas. He locked up really early then. And it's a front right again, I think. He's locked up. He's not doing too well on the old braking kind of front. We've not had any lock-ups as of yet. But I have got anti-lock brake turned on, because I don't like it. There's a yellow flag somewhere. Somebody's gone off. Oh, it's the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc. He's going to be out of the race, I think. Is it a puncture? I don't quite know. See if we can have a look on the replays. Let's go forward to the Ferrari of Charles Leclerc. And what happens here? Is it just an engine failure? How can you have an engine failure in the first race of the season? Oh, I know, but he's lost a lot of power there. And there's nothing noticeable in his car. I think he's just lost power. Yep, I think he's just lost power. But that's a nightmare for Ferrari, but Charles Leclerc is out of this race now, which means we are up into 4th. And we could be pushing now for a podium position on Valtteri Bottas. We're moving to the 5th lap. The Ferrari not lasting too long then. Only 5 laps lasted in the first race of this Grand Prix. Charles Leclerc in his brand new Ferrari car. The team aren't really happy with the way that's happened. Whoever's built that car is going to be the one at blame. Because it's not good that it's the first race of the season. They've already had an engine failure. I mean, come on, it's a new engine. or Vettel goes a bit on the inside too much there. And oh my god, Valtteri's going to go for a move on Sebastian. And they're too wide into the corner, and oh, there's nearly contact. And oh, he's left in massive space for us to get through, and Valtteri squeezes us out. I think we could still get him, we're so close to getting him. Vettel's the only chance for Ferrari to bring home points now, so he's going to be trying to hold his position as much as he can. And we are having a brilliant Grand Prix. There's a lot of action in this Grand Prix. Sometimes you get really boring Australian races, but this one has definitely been an exciting one and one to watch. Can we get a good launch out of it? We do, and we're gaining on Valtteri's. Now got DRS open, we're going to try and get in this slipstream. There's lots of space down the left. And Vettel's moved out. And he still can't get the position. But can we get the position now? Here we go, we open DRS, we are quicker than him. We get him on the outside, he's also got DRS. And can we get past Sebastian Vettel as well? We go on the outside. Oh, we've done it! We've done it! We're up into second place. Oh no, we're rubbish cornering. But we've overtaken Bottas and Vettel on the same corner. Holy moly. What a bit of overtaking. And now we're just going to look to hold this position. They did say in our briefing that we need to, because we're pitting one lap later, we need to try and get as quick as we can and use these tyres to the maximum they can be used, so we are quickest and that we don't drop as many positions. So I think I've gone out and done that today as the cloud comes over Melbourne. It's coming a lot darker. They said it was going to be overcast in the weather forecast that we were sent through the message centre. Try and get on the power up through this. We need to try and get a good launch because I think Vettel's going to have DRS because I think he's within 1 second of us. He does have DRS, right? We're going to have to use a lot of rich mix here. My foot is literally pedal to the metal right now. My foot is going to break. The accelerator is going to go for the inside. He's going to try, but we keep him out and we go on the outside. Well, that's never a good sign if the grip levels are going to start falling away. It means we're going to start sliding about. Traction's going to become a line. And there's contact. He's hit us on the back left side. He's knocked us about a bit. But that's kind of slowed him down, if anything, because he's going to have to start braking to make sure he doesn't spin me out and he doesn't get a penalty. Him being the only Ferrari driver on the track right now, 1 DNF so far this race. Need to go and gain some pace through here. That's a decent corner. Lap 7 of 15. We're about halfway, so we are literally halfway through the race now as we just finished in Sector 2. It's slower Sector 2 by 0.4 seconds. Here we go. I'm just trying to think if are the hard tyres the right choice. Should I go over onto the mediums? I don't know. I think the hard tyre. I'm letting the team decide for me right now. But in future, if the hard tyres aren't the quickest tyre we can be on, I think I'm going to start telling them, right, I want soft tyres. I want medium tyres. I don't know. I think quite a lot of them are going to move over to the mediums. Is hard's going to be the right choice. Here we go. People pitting this lap now. People are going to pit last lap, sorry. The lap we've just finished, which means we're going to start having to make a massive gap if we can. We have to just start going overkill on the throttle right now, just to make sure we can get a gap so we don't lose. We're going to lose a position. But I think Hamilton might be boxing late as well in this 8th lap. Pierre Gasly's gone. And there's there's a safety car. There's a safety car in this Grand Prix. Oh no. Yep, definitely. They've just told me that they're going to move over to the mediums, which I think is the right choice. I was a bit sceptical at first when they said we want to move you onto the hards in lap 8, but I definitely think that was the wrong choice. But there's been no VSC. It is an actual virtual safety. It is an actual safety car that's going to come out. So we're going to box this lap. I think the right choice was going to be to then box lap 8 And it's kind of a perfect scenario. Pierre Gasly must have gone off the track or be stuck on the track by the looks of things. We're going to try and find him as we're going around for the lap. But I don't know what's happened with his car. He must have crashed out or something. It's the perfect time to box. If someone hasn't boxed, they're going to now. And is Hamilton boxing? Yeah, he is. I can see him up there. We're on the lean fuel mixture just so we can get as fast as we can. Sebastian Vettel boxing as well. Oh, Hamilton nearly coming into us. And here we go, as quick as we possibly can. Oh, that was a slow pit stop. That was really slow. 2.292. Oh my god, they were stacking the pit stop. Are they maniacs? Oh my god, no one. It is the wrong choice, always, I think. You should never stack your pit stops. I think it should be one pit's first lap, then one pit's the next. And here we go, here's the safety car. We actually get to see the safety car. Up here, we're staying behind Hamilton. We're going to try and throw some warmth into these tyres. You're going to hear my steering wheel going spasmo. There is the safety car. It's a Mercedes, funny that, isn't it? We're just going to try and throw some warmth in these tyres so we're ready for the restart. Waiting for the whole gang to group up. Vettel's coming up behind us. Yeah, he was on the mediums. I think it was definitely going to be a wrong... Nearly hit Lewis Hamilton. I think it was going to be a wrong choice to move over to the hards. I definitely think that was going to not going to be a good idea at all. I'm just going to try. Hopefully the safety car doesn't last too long. Because I've had a race before where literally I only got to do 3 laps because the safety car took up the entire race pretty much. But let's sort my heads out. We're on the lean, which means we're trying to get some extra fuel. We'll move over to standard actually. Lewis just warming up his tyres like we all are. But everyone's swerving about, warmth in the tyres, you know. And warming the brakes up as well, because obviously... Yeah, look, I'm 82-degree tyres. 88 degrees, sorry. On the outs. Stay behind Lewis. Fellow Brit is in front of me. There's not really much to commentate on, it's just a safety car, isn't it? No fastest lap's being set this time. Maybe the safety car will go in this lap. I don't know. They're just must be trying to clear some debris off. And an exciting Grand Prix is going to go very exciting in a minute, and there'll be a lot of contact and overtaking about to come up as soon as this safety car's over, so we've got to make sure we get a good launch and see if we can throw ourselves into first with Hamilton. Could we get a podium in our first ever race? Just don't know. Just don't know. What? He's brake tested me. He's brake tested me, and now I don't have a front wing. That is bull. That is some bull, that is. But I'm gonna have to box, ain't I? What? He's fully brake tested me there. Just saying. Stop. Why has he got... I know he's going slow because he has to. But come on, Lewis. I'm going to have to box now and lose all my positions. Because of you. I can't go on half of the wing. Oh man, nightmare here. Hopefully we can, it's gonna be it. I'm gonna lose every single position. Terrible. Terrible, terrible driving. We've got 5 laps to get as many positions as we can. They're probably halfway around the track by now. Not a clue. Yeah, what's our gap to them? Oh no, I didn't mean box this lap. "19 seconds? What? And you want us to push for that position?" I'm not paying. I just clicked it, but I'm not. Actually. Oh no. We were doing so well. We were doing so well. My phone's just gone ballistic. Oh, we were doing so good. They're so far ahead. If I had the flashback feature, I would so use it, but I turned it off because I think it's pointless. No. I'm angry. I'm not happy with myself. I wasn't concentrating. I thought we were safe. And then I didn't realise that Hamilton decided he wanted to smash as hard as he possibly could on the brakes. We go from 2nd to 18th in a matter of 5 minutes. 5 minutes ago we were in 2nd. And now we're last. Like stone cold. There is nobody around us last. And we've got to somehow, in 3 laps, gain some positions. We're not getting points this weekend. We're not getting points. It's just might as well just face it. We're not getting the points. That's what the car looks like, by the way. I am actually so pissed off right now. I might drive in this view for a bit. Well, apparently this view's not as fast. Shit, yeah, definitely not going to be driving that again. I can... Do we? Right, let's go on the rich mix for a few laps. 2 extra laps of fuel, might as well use it. We might be able to get some positions on the Williams and Alfa Romeo Giovinazzi. But apart from that, I don't think much is going to happen in this Grand Prix. I think it's done for us. I think it's over. This is it, Chief. We set a fastest lap, which means we take some points away from Lewis. But apart from that, I don't really know what I can say. There's not much. George Russell's dropped back. He's got an engine problem. Lots of engine problems this Grand Prix, I noticed. A lot of cars that haven't quite been built properly for the first Grand Prix by the looks of things. And Ferrari are already going to have to go and use one of their backup engines, and you only get 3 different parts to your engines. So like see all the different so you only get 3 MGUH, 3 ES, 3 CE, 3 ICE, 3 MGUK, 3 TCs, and 3 gearboxes, and you only get 3 of those for each season. And they're already going to have to go and use one of all of them because their engine... Oh no, they're already going to have to go and use a new part, one of their new parts, because whatever failed. It can't have been the ICE because they can't have even been revving because they've been one race, you know. The only time they could have possibly worn down the... I don't know. The MGUH might have been a bit screwed. Unless they were using an older engine, I don't know. Like, oh, they must have worn their engine massively in practice if they were doing that. Their engine must have been gone for practice. That's about the only explanation. Charles Leclerc must have been out pretty much the entire time during practice and wore out his ICE or his MGUH or his gearbox. Could have been his gearbox that went. Might have been actually, because he slowed down, there was no smoke, so I think his gearbox is broken. I wish Jeff told you, I wish he went like, looks like they have gearbox issues, and then I'd know how they've retired. About to get past George Russell as well on the out, or the corner at some point. I'll get around it there. Or he can just turn into me. I believe I see his face. Yeah, he is on the inside, and he's had a lock up, good one. Knob cheese, right, there we go, easy as you like. Because it's a Williams, what do you expect? They're going to flipping be finishing top of the table in the Constructors' Championship, Jesus Christ. What do you expect from me, Jeff? If I'm not overtaking a Williams, there's problems going on. Yep. Right, here we go. Last lap, we're going to just stick on the rich mix for the entire lap. I don't know why these two are battling it out for that position, because it doesn't matter, they're not going to get points, are they? I'm not bothered if I finish here, because I can't get points. I mean, I'd prefer to finish higher, but I don't think it really matters. Rookie pits though, these of course back and back. Although, I can't say much, I'm here as well. And we get a 5 second stop and go penalty. Easy as you like. Both. No problem there. Ricardo in front. If we can somehow gain 4 positions here and come out of 1 point, then I'll take that. But I don't think we're going to be world champions this season because we've already come off to a bad start. Bad start. Bad start. Oh, that was not good on the suspension. And of course, the Brit of Lewis Hamilton has won the first Grand Prix, and yet we rise, guys, and yet we rise, Mr. Inspirationalist, and yet we rise. We rise to the occasion. What an idiot. I only like him for what he does for Great Britain, and that's this race done. Not good, was it? I'm actually annoyed with myself.
That's it for another
there he is.
Toto
Wolff, whose face isn't loaded in yet. That is terrifying. There we go. Hello. Oh my god, that was the most scary face I've seen. There he is.
Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take top spot.
Valtteri and Vettel both finished there as well.
So let's review the updated driver standings. Lewis Hamilton takes...
That's going to be the last race of this stream. I might stream later today, I'm not sure. I'm actually paid off for myself. I'm gonna go and watch the football to like just forget about it. I'm actually annoyed with myself at that race. I know the Dortmund game. Oh, that's not good, is it?
Commiserations.
I know the Dortmund game's just kicked off. We'll throw a new crankshaft in, and then I'm going.
Looks like one of your rivals is also going to an upcoming historical event. If you...
There we go. Right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to upload this to YouTube at some point today.